Hi everybody, Vianna here from maplewoodroad.com. Today I'm going to show you how to make this really cool pet bed for your cat or dog. And this is Monkey. I'm making it for him. Monkey is 16 years old, so he's an older kitty, and he suffers from a lot of arthritis, and he likes to sit by our wood stove, and the warmth feels good on his joints and everything. So, but he often sits on the floor and it's not very comfortable. So I'm going to make him this really comfortable pet bed, and I'm going to show you how. I used a super bulky yarn, and I used about 150 yards. If you don't have super bulky, you could use the regular yarn. You're just going to want to use 2 strands of it at the same time to bulk it up. And then I just made a pillow out of some fabric and fiberfill. It's really easy. You can make it in a couple of hours, and your pet will be cozy and happy. All right, so let's get started. For this project, I'm going to use this blanket yarn. It is a super bulky. It's a number 6, and it recommends that we use an L or an 8mm crochet hook for this project. If you don't have super bulky yarn, you could always use regular yarn and just use 2 skeins of yarn at the same time and have like 2 strands going together. That'll also bulk it up for you. I have my yarn and my L hook. We're going to start with a magic circle or magic ring, whichever you prefer. Again, we're going to leave a bit of a tail that we can tuck in. I'm going to wrap it around twice. We're going to insert our hook and pull through. Now I'm just going to do 5 single crochets through here. Just 1 and 5. I'm going to pull that tail, close this off a bit. There's still a bit of a ring, but that's okay. I'll hide that in later on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a little bit hard to see because it's black, but then we're going to just slip stitch to our first one. Oh, wait a minute, caught up. There we go. Okay. So what we want to do to make this a flat ring so that it doesn't warp at all is we're going to do 2 stitches in each one around, and I'm going to use half double crochet for this. So we want to start with 2 chains for like a turning chain, and then we're going to, oops, getting ahead of myself, half double crochet, yarn over, through, we'll loop through. Now we have 3 on the hook, as you can see. I'm going to yarn over and pull through all 3. You'll see those first chains act as my first half double, and then another one. And we're going to keep going around until we have 10. Okay, now I've done 10 around. I could see this was my first one that I did in the beginning, the chain. I'm just going to slip stitch that together. Okay. Now to make sure that this is going to stay a flat circle or flat disc kind of for the bottom of the bed, we're going to have to increase each row by 10. So that row was 10. So now the next row is going to be 20. So how do we do that? We increase by 1 in each one of our stitches. So we're going to, again, do 2 half double crochets in each of our previous stitches in the top loops there. So we're going to start out again by doing 2 chain stitches that'll act as our first half double, and then we're going to go around again until we have 20. Okay, so now I have 20. I'm going to slip stitch these together again. Just going to insert your hook on top of that, yarn over and pull through. Now for the next row, now that we have 20, for the next row we want to increase by 10 again. So how we're going to do that is we're going to do our 2 kind of turning chains, if you will. And then we're going to do 2 stitches in the next one for an increase. So that was 1. We're going to do another one in that same loop. 2. So we did a sort of a single and a double, that's how I think of it. The next one we're gonna do just one. And the next one we're gonna do 2. And that way we will wind up with 30 in this row. We're just gonna keep doing that all the way around. Okay, so now I've finished my row of 30, and I'm just going to slip stitch them together again. So insert your hook, pull through to connect them. Now to keep increasing, we're going to increase by 10 again. Like I said, now we have 30, so we want to have 40. So how we're going to do that is we're going to, again, do our 2 turning chains for half double, and then we're going to do another single one here. So last row, sorry, we did every other one. We did a single or a double. Now this one we're going to do 2 singles and then an increase. So this one I'm going to do 2 in the same stitch. And then we're going to do 1 here, and then 2 in this one for an increase. We're going to keep doing that all the way around. For the next row, after this one, you're going to do 3. You're going to do a half double crochet, half double crochet, half double crochet, 2 half double crochets. The next row, 4. And you're going to continue doing that all the way around until you've reached the size that you need. It depends on if you have a small cat or dog, it's going to be smaller. Obviously, if this is for a larger animal, like a large dog, it's going to be bigger. So you're just going to keep increasing that way until you get to the size that you want for the base of your bed. Okay, so yesterday I finished doing my video about how to do the sides, and then I realized my camera didn't film. So such is the life of a blogger. But it all worked out, that's okay, because the black, it was really hard to see this part anyway. And this part's a little different. So I'm gonna show you on a lighter yarn. When you finished your base of the bed and you're about to move up the sides, we're gonna do something a little bit different. So what you're gonna do is, normally you work in these 2 loops here. The one close to you is called the front loop, and the one away from you is called the back loop. But there's also what's called a third loop. So you see these 2 here. If you turn it over with a half double crochet, this is, you'll see there's a third loop here. So instead of these 2, I'm going to turn it. We're going to work with this one, the back loop, and the third loop. This will help the sides start to turn and stand up a little more. So what we're going to do is you're going to yarn over, insert your hook through the back loop and that third loop, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3. So we're going to do half double crochet still. Okay, but you're going to work through that. Again, we're going to yarn over the back loop and that third loop. Okay, yarn over, pull through that, yarn over, pull through everything for your half double crochet. And you're going to continue doing this all the way around until you get back to where you started. Then at that point, you're just going to continue working around in single crochet. You're not going to use this third loop anymore. That's just for half double. You're just going to keep going around and around and around doing single crochet, not slip stitching at the end of each row. You're just going to continually go around, spiral around until you get to the height that you want. Okay, and then you're just going to, when you're finished with that, we're going to do the pillow and then we'll be all finished. Okay, so I have finished the kitty bed. For my project, I wound up doing that first row in the third loop, and then I did 7 more rows. And you can see there's already fur on it. My kitty's been checking it out already. And then to finish it up, what I'm gonna do is I flipped it over so you can see how big the base is. Then I cut my fabric, got this cute kitty cat fabric, and I cut it out just a little bit bigger than the base, just a little bit to for seam allowance, and plus I'm going to stuff it with fiber fill, so that will, you know, raise up the pillow a little bit too. And so I'm just going to sew this, stuff it, and put it in the bed, and you'll see the finished product soon.